Good morning, everybody, and welcome to February. Time flies when you're having fun. Appreciate you joining me this morning. Again, as usual, I'll ask you if you would to like, share, and or comment on the post, and I'll be very grateful for that. And then, if you want to join me and follow along, we will be in the 20th chapter of Acts, looking in verse 3 today. And we read a little bit more about Paul's journey here. Says that to back up, he had left and was left for Macedonia. Verse 1 tells us he went through those regions, giving encouragement, and then he arrives in Greece. And so it says there in Greece, he spent 3 months. And when a plot was made against him by the Jews, as he was about to set sail for Syria, he decided to return through Macedonia. And I want to take this verse and really kind of look at the culture that we live in today and think about the lesson that Paul is teaching us here by his decisions. As normal for Paul, he is being threatened, and with hard to tell what this plot was, whether it was death or arrest or just a beating. Who knows? There were a lot of plots made against Paul, and in every one of them, he was brave. He was certainly, no one could call Paul a coward. He faced them with courage and faith, but he also faced them with common sense. And as we look at this story, Paul had again been ministering in Greece for about 3 months, and he was about to leave, about to set sail for Antioch, or which was in Syria, which would have been his home church. Somehow, call it divine providence, some way, he discovered that there was a plot against him. Again, most likely, I said we don't know what kind of plot, but most likely it was a plot to take his life. And evidently, the Jews were still upset that they had Galileo had ruled against them, and they were just waiting for the right opportunity. And maybe they were going to throw him overboard off the ship, take him somewhere else, and kill him there. Again, we don't have any details of the plot, but whatever it was, Paul decides instead to go back in the way he had come from, to come through Macedonia. And what I want us to take from that today is the two traits that Paul demonstrates. One of them he demonstrates throughout his ministry, and that was, again, bravery, courage, faith, whatever words you'd like to use to describe it. Again, I don't think anybody in their right mind who would read of Paul's ministry would ever question that attribute of Paul's life. But we also see that Paul was one who used good common sense. He was wise in his positions. You've heard me say a number of times in these lessons that a good run is better than a bad stand. And again, that's probably going to become more important for us as days go by, as the the resentment of the church grows. Been preaching on that in our Sunday services from the book of First Peter. How Christians there was a time when the church, when Christianity was the majority, the major influence on our culture, especially in America. But today that's not the case, and it's steadily getting worse. And we have to be brave. We have to use faith, but we also have to serve intelligently. And I don't think Paul made this decision without prayer, without consulting for his leadership and for his direction. And I believe with all my heart, based on what we see of Paul in the rest of the book, that had the Lord led him to get on that ship, he would have got on that ship. But I believe that's not the case. And so Paul was obedient to the leadership of the Lord. And again, he could have pressed forward and said, I'm going to preach to those sailors, I'm going to preach to those Jews, and full speed ahead. But then there's a good chance his ministry would have been cut short, and God had more things for him to do. And so I want to encourage you today that, again, bravery, faith, courage are all important, and God tells us and instructs us in His Word to have all those things, to be courageous. But I think He also wants us to be intelligent and wise. And again, sometimes the best thing we can do is to go back through Macedonia, to choose a different path, and live to fight another day. Again, that's not cowardice, that's intelligence. And again, I don't believe Paul would have done this had God not been leading him in that direction. So in whatever we do, let's be courageous, but let's be wise. But most of all, we seek the leadership of God in whatever decision we make. Whether we get on the ship or we go through Macedonia, we look for the leadership of the Holy Spirit. Keep that in mind as you make decisions and as you deal with adversity and rejection in your Christian walk. Have a good day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.